Good morning, everybody. This is Scott with New Life Garage. So, this is Sunday where we're going to pull this bearing out. And if you was with us yesterday, we did we finished up the bellows. Today's going to probably go quicker. And I've also made a decision on this seal. So I've got a bearing inside and a seal inside that I need to pull. Now, the kit that I ordered was supposed to come with a seal puller. It's not in there, so I'm gonna pull the bearing out. Now that seal's behind the bearing, and that seal, best I can tell, is just keeping grease from getting into the boat. So instead of putting off changing that seal till next weekend, if that seal's even remotely in good shape, which I think it is, I'm going to leave it. I can get it out just by force, and I'm going to play with it just a little bit. If it pops right out, fantastic, I'll change it, but I'm not going to risk not completing this job over a seal. If it was a water seal, that'd be different, but this is just a seal to keep grease from getting into the prop shaft side of the boat, and I haven't had any grease getting into the boat. So, of course, the bearing was in backwards. So, anyway, you can look at the seal and tell if it's any good. If it don't have any nicks or anything like that, I'm going to try to pull it with these bellows. I've got 2 of those bellows pliers. I'm going to see if I can get that in behind there and wiggle it out. Probably can't. Those seals go in pretty tight, or most seals do. I don't know about these seals. Most of them go in pretty tight. And a regular seal puller won't work because those basically are just like a claw, and you stick them in there and you pry it around, and that just bends and rips the seal out. But I don't have room because we're pulling a seal in a tunnel. So hopefully they designed this where the seal is just kind of not in there super tight, and I can get it out. I've got a seal, but if you tear that seal up, then you have to take it out. And I'm by myself, and if I had someone that could get in the boat and maybe help push and do whatever, if you could even get to it, I don't know. It would be not easy. But so just to simplify things, we're gonna start with this bearing, get it out. You remember I got the bell put on yesterday, and this is the plate for the puller. And then I got to get this. Gotta pull this back off real quick. Slide this on here. And we got to spin that on. Then we gotta. This is gonna pop right through that bearing. Right there. Okay, now it's. So we can get this. Get this thing seated here. Really don't feel like this bearing right here is lined up like it should be. No, I'll take it back. It's probably just this way. Yeah. It's got them new bellows on there, so it's kind of got a little line a little bit. All right. Oh, let me go the correct way first of all. You don't know this, compressor wrenches, all your wrenches actually are directional on the boxed inside. So when you're looking at a wrench like this, doesn't matter if it's a crescent wrench or if it's an open end wrench, its strength comes from turning it this way. If you try to go the wrong way with it, which we all do because we get in a bind, but when you go the wrong way with it, it spreads them jaws out, and that's what tears your wrenches up. So if at all possible, you always want to go the direction that it's built to go. You really notice it more on crescent wrenches than you do, or adjustable wrenches. It's not, this ain't a crescent wrench, it's made by some other company, but made by Hart. But Crescent is a brand. Everybody calls adjustable wrench Crescent wrench because that was one of the popular brands, but that's just a brand. So you really notice it on an adjustable wrench more than you do anything. If you go the wrong way with it, you can see the jaws spreading out on it. I feel like this is going to go really, really, really well. I need it to. Because if this goes really well, maybe we can start the boat today. And if there's one thing I love to do, it is start this boat. Alright, we got that kind of bottomed out, and this right here is going to go in there. It's like we talked about yesterday. Right there. Now when we tighten this, we should come on out. I got here a little bit earlier this morning. Yesterday I waited for it to warm up. Today I didn't want to do that. I don't want to run out of time. I don't want to be out here till 6 o'clock either. So I threw on an extra t-shirt and put my beanie on for a couple hours. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh my goodness. Oh. Woo-wee. Almost brought a pipe wrench. I'm thinking I should have. Once it starts coming, it'll come on out, I feel. Whew. There we go. I feel like it's moving pretty good now. Yeah. Try to keep my threads lubed up as we go. You get them heated up too much, you can bugger them up. So it'll scar them is what it'll do. All of a sudden, I'm glad I bought this tool, because that would have been a booger otherwise. Look there, it is out. Okay. And there it is. This bearing, you know, it wouldn't really have had to be changed, but in all honesty, it was binding up a little bit. You could grease it and it felt fine, but the last thing I want to do is burn one of these bearings up inside this hole while I'm out on the water, because that would be very, very problematic. You're going to drag the boat out. That's the only way that's happening. And then hopefully you wouldn't do no damage to the prop shaft. All right, let me set this down out of the way over here. We technically don't need that no more. Not for 5 years, folks. Well, I've got some friends, we got to do their boats too. There's the seal. see what this is. Wow. Get down there. Okay. So I'm gonna pause the video for a second. This seal does have a bad spot on it. So I'm gonna make an effort to get that out and put the new one in. So I'm gonna pause the video because I want to find. I gotta get creative on this because it did not come with the things I need to do it with. So I'm not 100% for sure how I'm gonna do this, but if I can do it, I'm going to do it. So I'm gonna pause the video and then look around the shop for something I can pull this with. Okay guys, I started a video a while ago where I pulled the bearing and I accidentally pushed stop instead of pause. So these videos may come out in 2 videos because I don't know how to patch those together. Well, where I left off on the other video was we got to pull this seal out of here. I was hoping to leave it because the kit I ordered didn't come with the seal puller. There's a little bit of damage to it. I probably could leave it, but I feel like I need to make an effort to get it out. So I don't have a seal puller that will work inside of a tunnel like this. So essentially a seal puller, this is what the seal looks like. So essentially a seal puller will have like a arm and have some teeth on it, and you'll stick it in there and you'll just pop it out like that. I don't have room to get one of those in there. So what I've tried to do is look around the shop for something that I could simulate that with. And I did come up with this. Now this is what we call a crow's foot, which is basically a boxed in inch that goes on the end of a ratchet. And what that'll do is that'll give me the ability to go into the tunnel like this, hit the bearing, rotate like that, and then hopefully twist that out. I'm nervous, I'm not gonna lie, because once I damage that seal, it has to come out. As it is right now, it could probably go, it could go however long you want to, but you just have to be careful about how much grease you put in there. So I really don't know how this is gonna go, if I'm being honest, because I don't want to tear the bellows up, which I will be past that. I don't want to undo anything that I did. I don't know. One thing I know to do is just get it in here and put some tension on it, and let's just see what it feels like. I think it's gonna work. Don't think it's gonna work. I just don't think there's enough room. Almost got a bite on it. All right. I do have a bite on it. All right. Reluctantly, I say we try it. need to find some way to pry this thing up a little bit. What I'm afraid of. It's not gonna give up easy.
I was hoping that it was.
Oh, I felt some movement. there. Let me tell you something. That's probably the trickiest way I've ever pulled a seal. It's not that bad, but right there, there's an indentation on it where, you know, the shaft has been being put in and out of the boat. So I could have left it for a little bit, but that wasn't too bad, or it wasn't bad at all. So I'm happy. I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna clean my hands up a little bit, then we're gonna start putting the seal back in. I'm actually gonna pause it this time.